Hello, and welcome to Lesson 15, The Power and Practice of Thought. Thought is one of the most powerful forces we encounter in life. Our ideas shape our world, influence our actions, and define our understanding of reality. I think it was Shakespeare who supposedly said, "Nothing is either good or bad, only thinking makes it so." This is why it's important to recognize both the potentials, the positives, and the negatives of our thinking. Every idea, whether it is constructive or it's harmful, holds power. History shows us that progress often emerges from breakthroughs in thought, whether in science, philosophy, or social movements. Take, for instance, the discovery of treatments for diseases like cancer or Alzheimer's. These advances were made possible for our deep understanding and innovative thinking. Such knowledge, however incomplete, is a lot different from being ignorant. In contrast, confusion and misconceptions can also have huge influence, which often leads to suffering or conflict. Our world is hopefully not, filled with really bad people, but most harm arises from people acting on bad ideas or not having a complete understanding. If we pause to reflect, we realize that thought underlies everything in our lives. Our cultures, our laws, and institutions are all the products of human ideas passed down through generations. Words like freedom, justice, and reason are the foundations of civilization itself. Our ability to address problems and create solutions depends entirely on thought. So, meditation is not about rejecting thought. Mindfulness is more about observing thoughts without becoming too entangled. Too often, we mistake our thoughts for the reality itself, and then we allow them to dictate our emotions and our reactions. In practice, however, in mindfulness practice, and in this course, hopefully, we learn to see as fleeting movements, appearing and disappearing within the vast space of awareness and consciousness. Recognizing this does not diminish the value of thinking when necessary. However, it does empower us to choose when to engage with our thoughts and when to simply let them pass. And this is where you get your superpower. If you can be lost in a negative train of thought or any train of thought, if you're just busy throughout the day, and then at various points throughout the day, notice it and bring yourself simply back to the present. It just feels wonderful to give yourself a mini break. And these mini breaks can just come at any time. It could be opening a door, sitting down at your desk, or just when your child or a friend or a colleague wants to speak to you and you just give them your full attention and bring your awareness to the present. And people notice it too. If you put down your phone, and I'm sorry if I go on about phones a lot, but we do let them interrupt our lives a lot. So, yeah, if somebody talks to you, whether it's a child, a partner, or even someone you don't really like, if you just pay them your full attention, it means a lot. Attention is one of the greatest gifts that we can give other people. And we can do this by not letting thoughts dominate our lives, especially when we don't really ask for them to come and then they just disappear anyway. We can choose when to engage with the thoughts. And like I said, we can choose when to simply let them pass.